You need to be so gentle and kind to yourself right now. That is the energy of someone that I'm picking up on in this reading. A really perfect way to describe that is to go and listen to the song by Bette Midler, The Rose. And it, in that song, it came through when I just shuffled the music in my preparing for tarot playlist, and that's the song that came out, and it was playing while I was pulling these cards out, and the more the song played, the more and more like I felt like, here's the other thing too, it took me a second to realize it, but this is your card. This is the card that you have, is the Castle, and this Rose card sitting right under her eye. And as the song played, you know, the cards kept coming out, and it felt more and more like the seed of self-love. It was like this, it felt like the seed of self-love that was sitting inside of you. Look at this underlying. The eternal child and the frog, which is the symbol of cleansing. There's, okay, it's not easy. I want to say, like, this is also a tough energy that you're dealing with. It's an energy that will not let you pass. It will not let you go. It will not let you pass go and collect $200 around the board until you've done something here. I don't know yet exactly what it is. I haven't pulled any tarot. I've only gone into the Wild Unknown archetype and Oracle deck. There's so much green. I feel like it also has something to do with the heart chakra, right? Look at this. Look at this. Look at all the green. It's absolutely incredible. It's also a very kind of like fresh, limey green, right? Which is the green that I associate with spring, where there's still a lot of yellow incorporated into that green. It hasn't taken on bluer tones as the foliage ages. It is fresh. It's delicate though. I feel like you are going through a cleanse of your inner child, your eternal soul. Now, you are butting up against something that is not easy, though, because you're butting up against, what are you dealing with, is what I asked. What are you dealing with? You're dealing with the mirror and the vulture. Like, okay, that's not easy. The mirror is this energy where I feel like at times you get a sudden burst of knowing, of understanding, a sudden intuitive hit that you truly believe in. And then it's almost like the mirror passes over that. Like it feels like something that moves in front of, behind of, around this moon energy, and we look towards it, our intuition. But it's almost like, right, at times in the mirror comes over. You can't access the moon. You can't access that energy. The only thing you can access is you. But you don't always know that you're looking at that. You don't always know that you're looking at. That's tricky. That's really tricky. And then the vulture is talking about stuff from her past that has to be decomposed. You got to get rid of that stuff. That stuff, you cannot have that. You cannot have the savannah covered in corpses of animals that have died naturally. They've been killed for food or whatever, and their bones not picked clean, because they will fester, they will rot, and there will be no good. It's no good. We need this vulture energy to clear things out from the past. I feel like this, you might even be in a stage. Okay, so here's the thing. You might be in a stage right now where if you kind of open your eyes and you look, you are going to get access to that. It's like an instance of some type of clarification, or an instance of knowing. It's an instance of tapping into something more than yourself. I'm also feeling like I'm pulling on the energy of someone who doesn't want to look at something inside themselves. Like it's not, we've all been there. We've all been there, and we'll probably all be there again. That's the way it goes, right? And I'm picking up on the energy of someone who's in that moment right now, because the eye is closed, and the castle, right, is designed to keep the things inside safe, but it also kind of like directly, indirectly keeps everything out. But the eye is closed at a stage, as we look at it right now, where the mirror has passed. It almost feels as if you're going through a period here where the mirror comes across and you need to look at yourself. You don't know when that happens. Like, that's the trick, right? We don't necessarily know exactly when it happens. We might start to figure it out as time is going on. But we're looking at the mirror. You're not looking at the mirror right now. God, the universe, is not asking you to look at yourself. You may have closed your eyes to it. Maybe it's become heavy. Maybe there's something that's going on in your life that is very, very heavy. And it might be part of a pattern that you've had in life. I feel like there's something here that you are responsible for yourself. It could be recognizing a pattern. It could be recognizing a wound. It could be recognizing an insecurity. It could be recognizing just the fact that you need to be kind to yourself. There's all this fresh, sweet, green energy. Now, okay, the moth to me is also the little creature here who spends all night and exhausts itself flying into the porch light that somebody left on all night, thinking it's the sun, and it's not. And then when the sun rises, the moth's like exhausted. Okay, so you might even be kind of in an exhausted state right now, because something here has been trying to get you to look at something in yourself, within yourself, right? If you were looking out in the world and going, oh my God, I don't know. You were getting a reflection. It was like, no. You're seeing that because there's something inside you that wants to see that. Or there's a deeper part of yourself here asking you to look at this. But with the eye closed and all of this around, it's almost too like making everything look really pretty. It feels like making everything look super, super pretty, super, super attractive, to kind of cover up something, to cover up some sort of pain. The heart needs to be cleansed 100%. That is what I see here for sure. It's connected to that's the other thing. You can't go forward. This energy feels hard too, because it's kind of like you're at an impasse here. Or are you even? It's not even a crossroad. It's like it feels like a dead end there's one way to walk through it and only one way to walk through it. And you are at a point right now where you might even be feeling exhausted. You might be feeling exhausted with yourself. You might be feeling exhausted with your situation. You might be feeling exhausted with shadow work. You might be feeling, you could just be feeling exhausted. But also there's this idea of trying to I don't know, have some type of an impression that everything is lovely and it's roses and pearls and diamonds on my eyelid. But it doesn't. It's not. I mean, it's not. Whoever energy I'm picking up on, because this vulture, the way it looks, it's looking at on the table, it is like that. Like, you will not pass. You will not pass until this is alchemized, until it is addressed. You can't move forward. Your inner child cannot. And maybe there's something here like, I want to say it's kind of like what would you call it? Like a safety switch or something in the mechanism of the soul, where if we were having an experience in a lifetime that there are certain things that are not being transitioned and alchemized within us, it's as if the universe steps in and says, hey, wait a second. If you go any further with this energy, you could do some serious damage, maybe at a soul level here, or you are going to kind of like push the soul down, like stop it from ascending here. You have to address this. You are at a point right now where you open your eyes. You're not being asked to look at a reflection. You're not being asked to look at anything that you've done. You're being asked to connect with the universe. The universe wants to talk to you now. It's coming across like, I get it a lot as a reader too, because I really, honestly, we kind of are. We are children of God. We are children of the heavens. And, at times we are being parented by the universe. That's what this feels like. This feels like you need to sit, or what it's been is you need to sit for a little while and you need to think about what you've done. You need to think about your actions. You need to think about how you treated your friend. This is a parent come in and say, like, oh, come on. You need, and like, no, do you know what they did to me? Do you know what happened today? Do you know? I don't know. I'm asking what you are in control of. I'm asking what you did. I'm asking what you're doing right now to think about that. I'm not door closed. I'll call you when it's dinner time. And door closes. And right, And maybe, I don't know. I feel like there's been a stage here, though, of looking in the mirror, sitting for a little bit, and it's tiring, it's hard, and it's exhausting. And it's also, too, like, this just feels like the parent that says, no, 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 no. You're not coming out until we really understand, until you also understand why it is that you can't behave that way, or why it is that you can't do that. It's not good for your friends. It's definitely not good for you. This is almost like the door is opening up and it's dinner time. You don't have to come out, and you don't have to, but it kind of comes through to me like this, too. It's like, you know, like, let's say a healthy parent energy, which isn't going to keep going at you at the dinner table. Like, you know, it's more like, give them time to eat and digest properly. Don't bring it up. Don't bring big emotions to the table. Let them just eat and have that moment. Okay. But then it's almost like this vulture parent energy would start kind of like just, you know, talking about a movie that they saw, or talking about a book that they read. And it's kind of got there's meaning and lesson in the story that they're telling that may not be at first understood, but that's what you're being asked to look at. It's kind of like parent universe is at this stage now. It's still in the teaching you, it's still in the guiding you part. Like, this is an energy where you do not have free reign. It doesn't feel like that. This energy to me feels like you're on a short leash. Like, right, even if we look at ourselves like a puppy, or something to the universe has put you on a short leash here, because it's very important that you get this lesson. And we're looking at a stage right now where the universe is trying to communicate to you, but it is doing it directly because it's already been kind of in your face with a mirror. And it's like, okay, we can't keep coming at you with that energy. We're going to back off for a second. And now it's time. I'm just going to tell you, it's going to tell you a story at dinner, which is like, it's fascinating. Oh, it's good. And it almost at first, it gets you pulled away, right? Like, it distracts you from whatever difficulty you've been going through, whatever you've closed yourself off to see, in whatever way you just feel like, and you want to even do this, like with the castle energy. And it kind of lowers your guard, too. It lowers your guard, and it gets you curious about, well, what is it that Dad is talking about? I don't know. That's an interesting movie. And then, you know, dinner's over, and you're almost kind of like, can I go watch TV? Oh, no, I'm sorry, young lady, or I'm sorry, young man. You cannot. Unless there's something that do you want to talk? No, I don't. But right, so then it's like going back into your room. Then I almost feel like the mirror comes across, and there's some type of self-reflection that goes on in the story that you were just told at the dinner table. I mean, this could even be a really good message if there's somebody here that you're trying to convey something to, and you know, if I come at this like hard and heavy, I keep forcing this, it's not going to be received. It's just not going to be received. So this is what I see here. You are the child right now in the universe's arms, guidance, short leash. You may have even been grounded in some way. But I want to say there's something about chasing the false sun and realizing that, chasing the false sun. What's the false sun? Jupiter. Jupiter is the false sun. Jupiter can be catastrophic if we think we can stay in that energy indefinitely. Jupiter was on a kamikaze course towards the sun until Saturn stepped in. Oh, isn't it interesting? Because this is kind of what this feels like. Saturn has stepped in here. Saturn has stepped in here because you were on there was something here that was self-destructive. Something here that was self-destructive in your life. It was maybe even some type of addiction or need or desire. Everything must grow. Everything, I must be doing this, or maybe even keeping super busy all of the time. It's almost too like, it's not, is it, because the green is also kept on the outside of the card. Ah, thank you, Larry. Did you bring that wise information in? Oh, you're so wise. Thank you. You smell like grass. Oh, yeah. The green is being kept. I just burped. I'm sorry. I had kombucha. It might be quite aromatic. The green is all kept on the outside. The darkness is what's being kept in. Oh. There's a shadow here that has to be addressed. There is. I don't know to what level and extreme it is. It feels a little bit extreme with the cards, but it doesn't have to be for everybody. Hi, that was a nice kiss. You gave me a little nose boop on the lip. Oh, that's so sweet. Aren't you just so sweet? Thank you. Thank you. You smell like grass. Are they out there cutting the grass finally? The darkness is what is being... You're keeping your heart out. You're keeping all of this. It's almost too like a universal love. This isn't keeping you from universal love. This is asking you to address the darkness inside. The pretty picture that we sometimes paint, like everything is fine, everything is fine. Maybe, you know, like maybe everything isn't fine. And you just need to like acknowledge it. You don't have to tell everybody that you meet in the world or everyone that you're an acquaintance with that everything is not fine, but there could be someone here really important to you. Even if you don't have anyone, is to talk to God about it. It's kind of like God and the universe are standing right at your door, your bedroom door. Are you ready to talk now, honey? I'm going to sit in my room and I'm going to imagine how upset you're all going to be if I ran away from home. Right. Heart chakra. Cleanse the heart. Bring your heart out of the darkness. Follow the true light. The seed with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose. But you see, if you're chasing the false sun, you might be, there could be things here too, like things that make you feel, could be temporary fixes for things that need to have more long-term solutions. Temporary fixes for things that need to have more long-term solutions. Because by keeping out the heart, you are keeping the darkness in. It doesn't matter how pretty you try to paint it. It's still darkness. Trust your intuition. Listen right now. Depending on the stage that you're at, the mirror could slide across again at some point. It probably will until there's something here that you really look at. Well, let's pull out some cards. Let's pull out some tarot. Let's do the Wild Unknown Tarot. You smell like fresh cut grass. That excites me. Grass was getting really long. What are we looking at? The castle. Oh, look, the Hanged Man. Look at how the eyes to me are almost too, like, it could be, the first thing that I see is kind of like red. You know, if somebody's been crying a lot, their eyes are quite red and swollen. But this is seen in the dark. What can a bat do? But, you know, in a way, see in the dark, but not with your eyes. If your eyes are closed right now, oh, because it's not time to look at the reflection. It's time to hear something deep within you. It's time to kind of like hear the voice of God, hear the universe talking to you. But this is about trying to have a different perspective, see things from a different angle. And I think that's part of the angle here. It's not that you aren't loved. It's not that love isn't getting to you. It is that you have tried to create some type of boundary here that is blocking out love and is keeping the darkness in. I'm going to ask two cards over here, the Vulture and the Mirror. Each get a card. Why am I working around you? How did you do that to me? The Vulture. Oh, The Daughter of Cups. It's soft. See, as I started this reading, it just, like, what did I say? I feel like you have to be really kind to yourself, gentle with yourself. It's the birth of hope. It's kind of too, because it's like a baby. We're talking about your eternal child here is your underlying. Reflecting hope. That's what is here. We're always reflecting. We're always projecting. We are, but what is it that we're reflecting? What is it that we're projecting? We'll always be projecting, right? It's at what level of awareness are we that we are projecting? Because it is a natural human instinct to, when we meet someone, even as somebody that we've known for a while, we haven't seen them for a few days, or, you know, like we project certain ideals that we have in ourselves that we see in that person, or do we? Like, right? We're always playing that game back and forth because how do I connect to this person? Can I connect to this person? But so we're always reflecting and we're always projecting. But this is about doing that so that you're literally reflecting and projecting hope. The beginnings of something fresh. The water. The water is the cleanse. The heart chakra is the cleanse here. Interesting with the moth and the frog, you have a combination of air and water, right? That combining those two together can usually, like I'll see the Three of Swords card, because that is a conflict between the heart and the mind, is to close your eyes and go deep within. The Mirror. Right, the vulture is there for the rebirth. The Mirror. Oh, look at how it grows and expands. It's the Son of Cups now. The Knight of Cups. Oh, it's to see your heart grow and expand. You know, it kind of, it's the right way to say it. You know, like when a kid has like a tantrum, or they're just mad, sometimes you just let them go at it. Just got to get it out of their system. I mean, as long as it's not going to hurt themselves or anybody or anything. I'm not saying you're having a tantrum, but it's almost like getting something out of your system. You get it out of your system, get it out of your system, get it out of your system. Because it feels like sometimes like you can't talk to, and I'm sorry that I don't want to feel like I'm talking down to you by describing you as like a child of the universe here, because we all are, and we're all learning at different levels. And even when we ascend to a certain level, there's then it's a whole new level of learning and ascending, right? It's indefinite. It never ends. For that to end is to not exist. And we are ever existent as a soul. So that's how it goes. But this is because it feels as though once you go through that energy, you can, like, the universe feels like it can go in and have a talk with you. Go in and have a talk with you. Because it's almost like being exhausted. It kind of reminds me of, is it like the, I don't know that it's necessarily like the military, but maybe, or like Navy SEALs or something like that, or they'll like break you down. They break you down to then build you up to this new person, to this new character. And it's difficult, painful. You feel like you've hit your physical and your emotional and your psychological threshold. There's nothing left of me. And then it's almost like leaving you there in the room, leaving you there in the mud. I told you had to do 300 push-ups and you're at 220 and you're like, I'm fucking done. I don't have any. And then, right, it's almost like the vulture walks away. All right, well, you know, you can come in and do it. And you sit there and you really believe that you can't do it. That's it. I'm done. I hate this place. I hate that. And it rains. And then there's like this little spark inside you that is like, fuck that. And you start doing them. And you hit 300. And the time when you hit 300 is not necessarily the time where you feel glorious and I accomplished it. It's usually where you're like, see, I can do it. Don't tell me that I can't do it. And then, but it's almost like the growth happens after that moment. You shower, you go to sleep. Everybody else is already sleeping. You're like, I get up in 3 hours at the freaking trumpet. Get back out there. I want to say it's a couple days later where you realize that you're passing thresholds that you never would have even attempted before. That's what this energy looks like. All right, like that. Yeah, look at the Two of Swords reversed. So not trusting our intuition, and the Devil. Interesting, like a false sun too. I want to say like the Devil could be that kind of energy. Chasing a false sun. Chasing a false story. Chasing maybe even something that feels ever expansive like Jupiter. But Saturn has to cross the path. And that's what you felt. Saturn crossed the path and made you look. Because to continue to expand, there needs to be some sort of self-realization that happens here. Ah, that's what Larry and I have for you. Well, I did most of it. Although Larry should take some credit. He did the energetic work. I'm going to go do the extended. I'm going to continue to pull cards and look at this energy from a couple of different angles. If you would like to follow me to the extended, there are 2 options in the description below. Thank you so much, everyone. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.